Well. Well, looks like we are going live one more time again. Hope you guys are doing all right. There's been a lot of interesting activity coming from the highs we reached yesterday, last night. Um, First of all, we're gonna go do exactly what we do every day. We're going to have a look and see if all the streams are looking healthy. I can see that DLive is running and very good. We are streaming on YouTube. YouTube is live, which is very good. Now, of course, like always, Twitch being twitchy, let's refresh the page. And what's happening? We are live. All right. Cool. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining me again. I hope you're doing fine. I hope you're doing great, especially as the pandemic is rising up again. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of insecurity and uncertainty being with all the new regulations forming. But nonetheless, I hope you're doing great, and let's just start by hitting the record button, and this is where we can get started. All right, and the monkey flips the switch. Hi guys, welcome. Now let's have a look at where we left off yesterday and what is in the cards for today. So like I said yesterday, let's first go to the 1 hour chart because a lot has happened since. And it's very interesting. Like I said yesterday, if we manage to break up higher, the next level of resistance is going to be this area that we marked off, and we just didn't really get there. But like I said, if we get rejected from this area on the RSI, we're going to start seeing some bullish signals, like the bullish divergence here. Which was to be expected, and then, like I said, the move down is going to be probably a move to the next bullish divergence signal, so that we can reset the RSI and that we can actually start seeing new momentums to the upside. We did have a few targets. The most positive ones that I had in mind yesterday was 13,400 and 13,200 because number one of the nodes here, and then this big node here. I was really hoping that we would not cross below this section because this would be a problem area where getting back up is not gonna go without bounces and shakes, and if we really get new lower lows, then probably I wasn't ready to expect a new higher high, and I was more inclined, if we break below the blue box, especially below the blue box, I was more inclined to say that this is where we would start seeing lower highs and then just keep going until we have a real strong signal of a reversal. Now, what happened? We did manage to pierce a little bit through the blue box, but for now we are still holding the area above it. RSI is looking like it really has had its reset. We see a low here of 31 on the RSI, and this low here is at 31.95, so let's call it 32 just to be fair. Now guys, first of all, I would like to thank ByBit for supporting me. I would like to thank them for this amazing hoodie. Like I said, I'm going to be wearing it on every stream, so be ready for this. If you want to support my channel, go check out ByBit. There's a link, an affiliate link that you can use. It will give you a lot of nice bonuses, and if after subscribing to ByBit you give me a signal, then I can add you to the VIP Discord channel where you can ask 24/7 all sorts of questions that you're having about your strategies, your TA, everything. I love to talk about these things, and I really want to grow a community like this. So if you like my stuff, not my stuff, but the stuff I'm putting out there, please have a look at my website, wolvesofbybit.com. All the explications are there, and I hope to see you there later then. Thank you. Now, let's get back. Like we see here on the RSI, the way we are set up right now, this is already a strong bullish signal. So from here we could start seeing higher highs, higher price ranges. But of course, after such a correction, usually Bitcoin likes to retest some sort of a resistance area and then go a little bit lower, making a higher low on the RSI price action. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but this is kind of one of those classic moves that I've seen a lot happen in the past on the Bitcoin price charts. So be ready for this, okay? If you didn't manage to get in here, you could just start with a small position. Looks fine for me, but get ready for a little bit more lows. So make sure you can take the pain at least, and maybe if you're set up correctly, you can just even add a little more to your position. This big node here has served as some support to bounce off of. That's about 13,150. We could retest this area, make a closing candle a little bit lower, and then see some higher lows on the RSI, and this would actually really set us off for the races to the upside. Now on the stochastics, the 1 hour stochastics are looking like they did try to retest this red trend line here. The red trend line, like I said yesterday, I drawed it there. I wasn't expecting for it to really test it down there, but stochastics actually really did it. Now, does this mean that it's going to pump up like in one move? Absolutely not. We are in the bearish control zone, so before actually really seeing the big moves, we need to see the stochastics go like nice and angled up and start reaching closer to the middle section of the range. This is where we can notice that momentum is changing, because the stochastic is a momentum indicator, and this is where we will finally get our confirmation that the low is really set. So for now, we could still see a few twitchy bounces and maybe a retest of the lower area, which would not be a big issue. A really big issue, in my opinion, would be once we start closing below 12,850, below this area here, which is pretty far. It's pretty far away, and this is why I'm fairly confident in my reads here. But of course, this is cryptocurrency land, this is Bitcoin land, and we've seen a lot stranger things happen in the past. But knowing that this huge section of volume is still protecting those lows, you know, I don't think it's very likely. Now, on a bearish scenario, if we really want to start thinking about what's the really bearish scenario that could be playing out, that would be that we start making some highs that are just not strong enough, get some rejection, and then finally start making lower highs, lower lows, forming off of this structure. So yeah, the little retest now would not be an issue, but if we don't get that retest, then probably if we manage to really go higher from this on a straight line, this is where I would start thinking that that we are going to set for a lower high. Okay, so keep that in mind, guys, if you're trying to set up your trades. For me, what I would prefer to see is just a little bounce up, then a retest of the lower area to really secure the low being in. And this is where I would really start thinking about higher highs, or at least some new ranging, and then setting up for some future price action. But yeah, for now, still holding off of the big claims. Don't go off of all those YouTubers clickbaiting you. Like I've seen some, they have the most crazy clickbait icons, what you call them, those screen thingies. You know, don't really go off of these things, guys. It's all about the TA, and it changes as the candles do progress. So look for the signals, keep looking for the signals. Now, for me, let's have a look, and let's see, like now, wow, RSI is sitting at 30.31, and this here is at 31.95. So this is, if we close this candle, and if we start making a few at least one candle that closes above 13,300-ish, 13,325, something like this. If we get a new hourly candle that closes maybe even above the wick of this candle, just to be sure, let's say 13,340. If we get this, this would be already a kind of confirmation of the bullish signal that we're reading from these two areas here. And then we can just start thinking ahead. If we actually really make some strong move to the upside but don't really reach here, then I think we're just going to be in for some continuation and going further more down. If on the other hand, and this is the paradox again, if we just get a little test of this higher area, and then some support here from this lower area at 3,200, this is where I would really find some confirmation in the fact that we are set up for the low of this area, and that we can actually get a long, strong momentum to the upside. So this would be, in my opinion, the best case scenario, getting something like this, and this is where we go off for the races. On the other hand, if from here we would be doing something like this here, get a rejection off of this area, then I do think we're going to be setting really some lower lows, maybe retesting this area first, bouncing up, and then going down again. Okay, so but don't take me on my word, go level by level, and also keep your eyes on the RSI. It's very important in these kinds of situations, because we are looking to find the edge and the limit of where price action is going to take us. And you know, horizontals are good, they're a good indication, but things need to line up. Okay, it's only then that you can really start getting some more confidence in the reads that you're having. I hope I make myself clear, because sometimes it's really dangerous to express yourself, not knowing if people are going to understand exactly the point you're trying to make. So All that being said, now let's have a look at the higher time frames and let's see if we do get the same bullish read on the higher time frames, because the 1 hour time frame is just maybe an indication of an area of a bounce, while the higher time frames can actually give us better reads and a better understanding of what the longer term momentum is going to be like. So yeah, if you're scalping, if you're just going like full on and just playing the short ranges, yeah, sure, 1 hour time frame is good. But if you're like me and you're trying to really go for the bigger moves and you're more patient, then you need to compare with the higher time frames, and this is what we're going to do right now. So let's have a look at the 3 hour chart. The 3 hour chart is looking quite differently than the 1 hour chart. So this is perfectly normal. Let me remove this line here. This is supposed to be, oh, this is one especially for the, okay, you know what, let's keep it, but let's make another trend line using some other color. Let's draw another line in the sand, if you will. So if we are looking at these points here, we can see that maybe, possibly, we could have a chance of rejecting the downtrend, bouncing off of here, and then start trailing a little further along in the bullish control zone. Now, looking at these reads, I don't think that we are quite there yet for a strong move to the upside. There's still quite some more ranging, in my opinion, that we need to go through before we can actually start breaking newer highs. But this is not unhealthy, this is not bad. On the other hand, on the flip side, right here with this area, we do not see a bullish divergence. Why is that? This is, number one, this is a 3 hour chart. It closes on a completely different framework than the 2, 4, and 12 hour charts. No, not the 12 hour chart. 12 hour chart does align with it, but especially the 2 hour and the 4 hour time chart. So it's normal, and it's to be expected that sometimes we do get some different reads. But what does this read imply? On this side here, let me mark it off like this, we do see lower lows on the RSI, while here on the price action we do see higher lows. Now all this gave us this bullish momentum to the upside, which was really nice and strong. Now, not making a bullish signal on this down is not a problem, because when the lows do align, we do have higher lows and higher lows on the price action, then all that means is just a continuation of the movement. All right, so for now, nothing to be really alarmed of, but of course keep your eyes on the prize, as they would say, because yeah, still a lot is to be played right now. We did not yet confirm a change of momentum. Okay, all we did see was some strong rejection here, which could already start giving us an indication, but we are still not confirmed that this swipe to the downside is over. Okay, now this candle will close in 1 hour and 30 minutes, so still a lot to be seen, a lot to be played out. But yeah, let's have a look at what kind of low we would be expecting to create a bullish divergence off of this one here. Mind you, if we really expect to get a bullish divergence off of this area, this would mean that we are looking for a signal of a reversal of a trend. Yeah, so I don't really expect us to dive down here now in order to get this signal, because right now the trend is still up. We do have our higher low, we do have our higher high. All these put together is an uptrend. So, you know, the divergences are indications for a reversal situation. Okay, keep that in mind as we go. But let's say that we do keep trending down. Which is the area where we should be looking for a reversal of this pattern? So also keep in mind, if I'm talking about reversal, I am not talking about a reversal of this situation. Yeah, what I'm talking about is this situation here. If we actually, like I said, start making lower highs, lower lows, this is going to be where we are going to have to start looking for any kinds of signals that could indicate us that a low is in. But on top of that, I think this is actually very premature to be thinking about, because if we start making one of those moves, then I actually think we are going to really see lower areas being hit, like these targets here, these targets, this node, worst case scenario, you know, we could go either way, but there's no crystal ball stuff involved. All you can do is keep your eyes on the price and go level by level. I cannot say this enough, okay? This is the magic word, this is the magic mantra. Go level by level, yeah? So, all right, let's have a look. Which area would get us out of trouble if we, let's say, if we just gently range a little bit down, like a gentle slope. Let's call it like this, okay? So we would need to have an RSI read below 42. So let's enter the magic number, 42. Wasn't that the question to everything in what's it called? All right, so here we go. 42. We would reach 42 on an RSI on 13,114. So 13,114. You know what? Let's mark this off. This is actually not too bad. Basically, we could hit that area, close a 3-hour candle on 13,100, let's say even, and this would actually be one of the stronger signals that we can think of. Now, wait, let me remove all this and let's adjust this one because we don't need it anyway. Let's say, you know, 3,100 on that little node here. And actually the other node here is also a fine example. You know what? Let's make it clear. Let's move this one down because we already bounced off of this one. We don't really need it anymore. Here we go. In between the green and the yellow line, if we, bad case scenario, but if we get rejected here and find some support here on this area, on the 3-hour chart, this would really be very strongly positive. Now on the bad side, we are actually closing in on this low here, and this area, I would call this the point of no return. This is where if we break it, we did negate the entire situation of the bullish signal, and this is probably where we are going to start seeing lower lows and lower highs. Okay, but for now, this is just some future possibilities stuff. But I think this gives you at least a few areas, a few key areas to keep your eyes on. If we get within this area, super happy. If we break down, not so happy anymore. Don't hit the short button as soon as we get down here, because still we are going to have a bounce up, probably not to a newer high, but this is where, yeah, you might start considering shorting the situation, because after this bounce we might also be expecting a lower low. On the other hand, if right now we range and we start pulling up, very good, you can add to a long position going a little bit lower. I know it's tricky because we're getting into the red zone here, but if we actually really pump up straight up, this is where I would start being cautious again. If you're in a long position, take at least some profit so that you can take eventually some more pain on the way down. But this would be a red flag for me, like the way I would be seeing it from here. Now let's have a look. If we try to move up, which area we do want to see broken on the RSI as well, because this is also going to give us a strong indication. Remember, RSI is the buying power of or the selling power, the pressure on both ends, and the stronger the move up is, the stronger the RSI is going to pump up. If it goes slower, then sometimes RSI just takes its time to move along with the price. So this can actually change a lot of the reads and a lot of the things that you will be seeing. Now, where was I? What did I do? Let's go for 42 again. Yeah, okay, that was that. Good. Now let's go for the high. What does the high say? Let's call it 77, just to be easy on the numbers. There we go, 77, in order to not have a bearish signal off of this area. And if we really shoot up, let's say like we retest the red line, the 14,000 area or something like this, this is where we will actually get some very bullish, bearish signals. So signals that would insinuate a downtrend coming. 14,000, yeah, 14,000 will only give us a 66.7 read on the RSI. This is a 3-hour chart. Now we can do the same little game, play the same little thing on the higher time frames and see what kind of magic those numbers bring. Let's go to the 4-hour chart, because like I said, the 4-hour chart and the 3-hour charts have different closing intervals. So if we look here on the 4-hour chart, we are seeing a bullish signal just straight up. And this is very clear. You don't need any kind of magic marker to see this. You don't need to read the numbers. This and this is a lower low, while we are having a higher low on the price action. And of course, the 4-hour chart being a longer time frame than the 3-hour chart, usually I tend to go with the one with the bigger one, as like women would say, right? No. But here we already do see our bullish signal, which is a good thing. Let's have a look at the highs, what kind of highs we would be needing. Same thing, 77, 78 on the RSI. Let's go with 77. Let's turn this one off. Let's see. Same thing, 14, 15,000 would be the number if we pump up from here that we need to reach in order not to get a bearish signal. So like I said, I really don't hope for price to shoot up straight from there. The best kind of scenario right now would be just a little retest of those two areas and then slowly building momentum. And this is where we can actually really start to expect some new higher highs to pop up. Now let's have a look at the daily chart. Let's see what this one looks like. And here we do see some not so pretty picture, huh? But we are not yet exhausted. Absolutely not. We did need at least a little bit of a break and a cooling off, because nothing goes straight up. This is impossible. This is fantasy land stuff. All those yesterday that were calling like a massive bull run has started and stuff. Yeah, maybe it could be that the sentiment is getting pretty positive, but sentiment and day trading are two things that do not go together. It's pretty. Okay, who the hell is this? Doc66. Are you having some issues with the keyboard? Well, let's answer. Doc66. Yeah, that was a funny one. Well, anyway, thank you for joining. That's the most important thing of all that I can take from this. Now, yeah, where was I? If we look here, because this is a daily chart, right? If we look here at how RSI was exhausted, the swipe down we made, and then correcting, seeing some lower lows forming. If we look on the price chart, this was actually a very constructive price chart, while RSI was moving slowly to the downside. Usually after such a strong move up, this is the most logical course of action. Yeah, we could see, like I said, we could see a little bit more of the lows first, but I really don't think we are yet there to say that Bitcoin is going to zero, 9,400, all these low end price ranges. I think this is very premature. There's still a lot to be played here. Let's finally hey Mehmet, how are you doing? Thank you for joining the chat. I hope you're enjoying this, and I'm hoping you're having some great trades. All right. Now to finally close off, we're gonna have a look at the dollar price. Let's see what the dollar price is doing. Hi. Right now dollar is making its little move to the upside. Oh yeah, you're from Turkey, Mehmet. Well, hey, welcome to the stream. And thank you for following me. Yeah. But yeah, let's continue. Let's continue with the dollar. This is usually, why do I look at the dollar? Because right now most of the markets, including Bitcoin, is being traded against the dollar value. You can find some exchanges where you can trade Bitcoin against the euro, against the yen, against the British pound and stuff. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I'm good, Mehmet. I hope you're doing good too. I hope you're staying COVID free, you're safe and everything. Yeah, right now here we are shutting down once again because yeah, numbers are rising. But yeah, I hope this is only temporary and it's no big deal. We will move on, right? Now, where was I? Yeah, the dollar price being correlated with Bitcoin and markets, because usually the markets are being traded against the dollar. So if the dollar is losing strength, and this is what the Dixie, the dollar index, is telling us, if the dollar is losing strength. Oh, Mehmet, yeah, I'm from Belgium. I'm from Belgium. We have a lot of Turkish people here as well. So yeah, maybe you know about Belgium, but yeah. Now, like I said, if the dollar is losing strength without changing volume of the other markets, this is already going to influence the price. So this is why we do like to look at what the dollar is doing right now. Looks like the dollar is trying to make a little swipe to the upside. Let's have a look at the RSI and let's see if the dollar is going to be able to pull through. Now on the 3-hour chart already, I'm starting to see a few red flags, where here we are making a bearish divergence between this area and this one. So in order to negate this bearish divergence, we would have to break above 93.841, the area that I marked off here. As you can see, we did find a little bit of resistance on this orange horizontal line. Yeah. Thank you, thank you. Where was I? I keep getting distracted. So yeah, we're bouncing off of this this resistance area here at 93.8081. The question is now, are we going to try and is the dollar, not us, is the dollar going to try and move to a higher high in respect of this upper orange horizontal? This is where we could start negating the bearish signal and start expecting higher lows and then higher highs and all that good stuff. But for now, as this is presented right now, I do think we are looking quite toppy. Also, the stochastics are on their high area. They're in the bullish control zone, which is good, but they seem like they're starting to tip over, curl over, and then we need to wait a few more candles to close and to see what is actually going to be the result of this situation. So for now, I would say it looks a little bit toppy. It's not being confirmed yet, but if the dollar is really starting to make new lower lows, this is going to bear really, really, really good for the bulls on the Bitcoin chart. Also, let's have a look at the ESP, E-mini futures, and what do we see? What do we see? What kind of magic is happening here? Stochastics are sitting in the bearish control zone. Let's move over to a few more higher time frames because those are going to be more significant. And right here, we could already start arguing that this is going to be a bullish signal because we are making a lower low on the RSI while right now, and this is this area, okay, don't mess up, this is this area, and right now we are sitting quite higher. So this could actually imply that E-mini futures is also going to start recover, and after this dip is going to start making new higher lows and probably also go off for the races. As you can tell, we are same situation, entering the area of thin air, so a lot is possible coming from there. um, Oh, Mehmet, yeah, no, I'm not going to, I'm not gonna be there later because actually I'm rounding off my stream. I think I've already been talking for so long, like 40 minutes. Yeah, I'm slowly wrapping up things, but what you can do is you can head over to YouTube. My videos are going to be posted there as well. I will hit you with a link. Let's see, how can we do this? Or maybe go to Twitch. No, Twitch doesn't have a rerun on DVR settings. Just go to YouTube and look for Wolves of ByBit. Or you can look at my webpage. The links to the YouTube channel are there as well. And this is where I repost my videos, where you can watch the videos again afterwards. I hope that's good for you. And don't forget, subscribe and like, man. Subscribe and like. Thank you. So now, E-mini futures probably setting up for a new move to the upside after this correction area. I do not expect to be breaking down below this area, although this is also a thinner air section. You know, it could happen. It could happen. I'm not expecting it, but it could happen. Especially because between here and here, we did make a lower low, a lower high, but on the RSI, we did get just a confirmation of this move, which in my opinion does not forcibly say that we are actually changing the trends. This is just a cooling down of this whole situation because it just needs to cool down from time to time. Let's have a look at the S&P 500, the S&P, the big boys, the Fortune 500 companies and stuff. Right now on the, let's have a look at the 3-hour charts first. On the 3-hour chart, very strong bullish potential bullish divergence between these areas here being those lows and this one. Now, what day is today? I wonder why we do see this gap in between this area here. Now, I know a lot of people love to trade the gaps. I think the Gap is just a clothing store, but you know, it's been a new trend. Like, oh, you see a Gap, and oh, it's gonna go for the Gap. It's gonna go for the Gap. Now, this is possible. Sometimes this happens, but I do not think this is a rule. On the other hand, because we are setting up for a bullish divergence, a potential bullish divergence right now, but we are setting up for it. Moving back up is going to fill the gap, of course. Was this a prophecy fulfilled? No, this is just, you know, just what happens. But again, very promising situation. Is the low already in? Probably not. It's possible. It's also possible it's not. But again, the point of no return will be the low closing just at this area or below. And this is where I would start saying, okay, this is a new lower low, and you know, probably we're just gonna see some lower highs first and then bam start breaking down. All right. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up from here. Bitcoin is moving down. We are, oh yeah, baby. We are testing the yellow line. We just bounced off. Let's have a look at the 1 hour chart. We did get a retest of the yellow line. Now, question is, are we going to hold or not? Okay, guys, now I wrap it up here. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you guys are staying safe. Also, keep your trades safe. Go level by level. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next stream. Same time. No, not same time, because I'm not getting punctual yet, but same channel. That's for sure. All right. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.